Hello everybody, this is Tip Top MTG here today with another Magic the Gathering video. In today's video, we are going to be playing some Brawl on MTG Arena using a Jorn God of Winter deck. So this is just one video in a series I'm calling Kaldheim Brawl Week. So if you guys want to check out, so far there have been 3 other Brawl videos that went up where I played Tybalt, Tegrid, and Vega, all very interesting commanders in their own way, and I kind of play through them, talk about them as a whole, and yeah, in this video we're going to be playing Jorn, who's going to care about snow permanent. So this is kind of the snow Brawl deck, and yeah, so why don't we jump right into the gameplay? Actually, really quickly before then, if you want to see the deck list for this deck, you can check it out in the description down below. But yeah, now let's actually jump into this. Alright, so it looks like our opponent is playing an Asika, or more accurately, a Prismatic Bridge deck. So we are going to want to be able to deal with enchantments, because right now, that is our big deal. If they get that down and we can't deal with it, it's very difficult. But unfortunately, even though that did have some enchantment dealing with-ness, I don't have the colors. This at least gets me down a mana ramper, or yeah, which will guarantee us that we get Jorn, which means we may be able to do some more interesting things. And then we also have a fight spell that will basically be asymmetrical, which is really good. So yeah, I think playing this is the right move, so that next turn we can play Jorn and Aghanim's Awakening. Unfortunately, that's not a snowland, so it won't untap whenever we attack with Jorn, but I do think we just need to get our mana in place, and then maybe we can get some pretty good value out of it. Honestly, what's really nice about Jorn is the fact that he like lets you both have a turn and leave mana open. So for instance, I could almost always have mana open for Heartless Act, but I could also maybe have played Elder Gargaroth. For instance, next turn, if I use Fabled Passage to go for green, I can play Elder Gargaroth and then swing with Jorn, assuming he doesn't put anything too big down, and then I could still have the mana open for Heartless Act or even a fight spell, and both actually. So we're going to be able to do a lot. Let's see. So he does play Asika, which I'm not a huge fan of doing that because it's kind of hard to get killed. I mean, he can block something, but now your Prismatic Bridge is costing 7 instead of 5. But whatever. Maybe his deck isn't built around that. I do... Oh, wait. I could have... Yeah. So I mess up and get an island instead of a forest, but then I realize that I have a mana dork who taps for green, and so I don't need that. So I mess up, but I also do the right thing, getting blue, because we didn't have access to blue before. So that was just like a mistake into a mistake that turned out to be a good move. So yeah, at this point, it's looking pretty good. I mean, they don't have anything that really threatens me, and they haven't played anything that Jorn can't block, or that can block Jorn. That's one of the big issues, is that if you play Jorn, and then they play something that you can't get around, if you don't have a removal spell, well, then you don't have the double mana effect. Now, this is something that I might remove just because it can very easily, like if they block with Asika, that could very, very, very easily turn into a Prismatic Bridge. And so if we can just cut that off, we're going to be doing a lot better. What's nice is that we just pulled some removal to help us. So yeah, we can play this. What's nice is actually he'll go tutor for a land tapped, and then when Jorn attacks, he will untap it. So we'll be able to like draw a card and untap our land. So we're almost getting just a whole nother upkeep when we attack with Elder Gargaroth and Jorn. So yeah, I will probably play this guy. Yeah. Essentially, we're just trying to develop our board state however we can. There's nothing really I'm worried about on the opponent's side. If they manage to swing with something scary, I have the Solemn Simulacrum to chump block if it's something greater than a 5/5. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. Yeah, it's really weird just because Jorn and Elder Gargaroth have like vigilance of sorts. So like the only thing that gets tapped down for me doing anything is that Aghanim's Awakening, which is kind of weird. Playing this deck definitely is different, just because of that whole mana doubling effect. In terms of actual snow permanents, the only other one we have is the Frost Augur. And so that's kind of nice. We can activate the ability. That's what the really nice thing about the 1/2 over there is that. Ooh, how much any card is that going to draw them? 1? Yeah, I think that's fine. The thing is, I can like use mana. So, for instance, if I have a snow-covered island left, and you can just use the ability on the augur, and it'll untap, so it's not a waste. It's one of those things where it's kind of like you get, you have effects that you want to do on an end step before your turn. I kind of get two end steps here, and that's what I really think Jorn. That's why I think Jorn is really interesting, because of that. Now, one thing I might go back and change is the amount of snowlands in my deck. I might up it a little bit, but see, Frost Augur lets us see that it's tapped now, but actually Jorn will untap it. So if I technically changed what was on top of my library, I could do it again. We have Blizzard Brawl here, which I could use to get rid of the Karuga. And I may have wanted to do that with Jorn, but I don't know. I'd rather be safe and make sure that I have enough power to do it in case they have some sort of boost spell they can use with Asika. Either way, we get to kind of do the whole draw a card, untap everything again, and now we have Turn Timber Symbiosis, which means I could reuse Frost Augur and see what the top card of my library is. But looks like they are just gonna go down to 5. I assume they think they're killing Elder Gargaroth, but I don't know. They may have known and just didn't want to go down to 3. I guess, yeah, that makes sense because 3 would put them in range of Jorn dying. So next turn, I can bounce some of their stuff. I can maybe do the Kraken thing if we get another Snowland, right? No, because that'll bring it down to... Yeah. Yeah, if I get us another Snowland, I can do the Kraken, which will tap down all of his stuff. He gets Nyxbloom Ancient. I think I just bounce this, right? Yeah. Because then that means it can't block one of our creatures. Yeah. We're just going to bounce this. And then hopefully... Oh, wait, we have another land. Oh my gosh, Turn Timber Symbiosis. Oh, no, but it's not... Okay, whatever. We just win. We probably could have done something with the Kraken and just won next turn anyway. All right, so the next game. So this hand is a little bit more interesting. It's a little bit more on the control-y side. We have a board wipe and stuff, but I think this hand is significantly better. We have ramp, we have some removal, and then we can draw into our win con. So yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of potential for Jorn to be a really good Brawl commander. Let's see, we're going up against the Tulane, which will be a really good test because Tulane is such a powerful commander. He just generates so much value. We are going to probably need to kill him every time he enters the battlefield just because of what he can do. And I would not be surprised if this is a quick game that we lose. Let's see. I think we play this and play Jorn. And then next turn, we use 3 mana to put the thingy on the pathway to make it a Snowland so that it untaps as well and taps for 2. And then that'll tap out our mana except for Arcane Signet. Then we swing with Jorn, and that untaps our 3 lands, which gets us 4 more mana. We can then cast Binding of the Old Gods, or we could cast Elder Gargaroth. So I think next turn we're probably going to play the Frost card and Elder Gargaroth, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. That's a pretty good turn 4. So yeah, he's cultivating, he's ramping. That's a little unfortunate, but I think if we play the Swamp, yeah. I didn't even account for getting another land. And then we can put... I think the right thing to do here is to tap it like this, put this on here, then play the Draugr or Priest of the Haunted Edge. Oh, sorry, I don't know why. And then we can go and play Elder Gargaroth. If that's not a valuable turn, I don't know what is. We got mana ramp, removal, and a giant creature all in one turn. We just spent 10 mana that turn. But we are running low on cards now, so I don't know exactly what we're going to do. He casts Banishing Light, probably going to get rid of Elder Gargaroth, but I can use Binding of the Old God to get it back if I want, which I may actually do because it also ramps us and then gives us Death Touch or something. So, yeah. They play that, which is really annoying because it can block Jorn. We get Moridi of the Frost, which is interesting. Now, you might be saying that it's a better idea to get rid of Banishing Light here, but I actually think getting rid of this is more important, and you're about to see why. I'm about to do a big play here. I'm going to swing with Jorn, now that that's safe to do. And then I'm going to play the Moiety of the Frost as a copy of Binding of the Old Gods? Maybe? Does that work? Yeah, it should. It says permanent. So I should be able to make that enter as a copy of this to then destroy Banishing Light. And then next turn we'll ramp, and then, yeah, lots of craziness. Honestly, you know what? If we got Kaldring out instead of Jorn, we could then, whenever the Saga dies, we can bring Moiety back to our hand and then maybe do something interesting with it. That's kind of cool. Like if they were delayed by a turn, like if I would have let that one get to 2 before I used more Moiety, then, you know, the one would have died. I would have gotten it back. Yeah, this could have been really interesting. He keeps playing things, but Jorn is still safe to attack. So yeah, I might as well get these because they enter the battlefield tapped anyway, and then I'll get to untap them. We can play the... There's no point. Okay, so my logic here is that the creature, like you can either have a creature that adds mana the next turn, or you can have a land that adds mana the next turn, and lands are just significantly safer. So I think we swing, hope to draw something good off of the Gargaroth, which we don't. We draw a land, which kind of sucks, but, you know, hitting our opponent for 9 is not an awful turn. Yeah. Ooh, I really want Kaldring, kind of. Do I want Kaldring? Because Kaldring will let us keep casting this Priest of the Haunted Edge, that one. True Lane enters the battlefield, and I think we're just going to kill it in response to whatever he does. Or are we going to deal with that? I think we're going to deal with the Elder Gargaroth. Which, if we kill this, it should send Nylea back, and so we won't have to worry about that, which either way I could block it, but... We have Replication Ring, which is an interesting mana rock that is mostly good in the deck because it is snow, but technically it could split into that, you know, the 12 or 8 or whatever it is pieces. So yeah, what I think we do here is we use Priest of the Haunted Edge to kill Chulane, maybe? No. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. Chulane can't kill Jorn, so I think we just attack. We get the Trickster God's Heist, which I think might be our way to win the game. Now, I say might be our way to win the game, but, like, we are really close to just winning the game on the current board state. But if they develop their board anymore, they also get Nylea, which puts a giant, like, dent in our roadblock. So, dent in our roadblock in our plan, or dent in our plan. So, I decided to use him to, you know, kill his commander. It's been kind of nice, actually. The 2 games we played haven't been against super control-y decks. I guess Chulane can be, but he replays Chulane. We kind of waste his turn, and then he plays Elvish Visionary, which will draw him 2 cards. He gets to put a land on the battlefield. Lots of craziness. He now has Nylea, but I can block it. I have 6/6, so that's fine. I wish we had a mana sink right about now, but I think I have a plan. So we'll see. So they are getting to the point where I think this game is slipping away from us. But yeah, I think we play the Swamp. And then we... What do we do? I kind of want to use that, but I don't want to give them anything of mine. So I think we swing, and we create a 3/3, maybe? Yeah, because if we get a 3/3, we can swap it with their Chulane, and then they can't recast it. I'm expecting Jorn to die here, but no, not actually. Oh, yes. Yes, Jordan's going to die. We're going to kill the Stonecoil Serpent, but I'm actually completely fine with that. I have things I can do with Kaldring, which is his backside. I can either make it an Elder Gargaroth, or I can do lots of stuff with it. So I think that's actually what we're going to do. I'm going to play Kaldring, and then I'm also going to play the Trickster God's Heist, and I'm going to swap this with this, which you may have said Nylea was a better target, because I can't really remove Nylea at the moment, but actually the Priest of the Haunted Edge can actually remove Nylea, so that's kind of nice. But then we also get to draw a card. I think we're starting to turn this game around, especially because we're going to start getting a removal spell every turn. I'd say turn this game around. We were in the dominant position for like most of this, but yeah. Let's see. I don't know. This might be a lot of sitting and waiting just because, I mean, I have the 6/6 trample, so unless they can put something up to contest that, I can keep swinging. The issue is they could put something up to contest that, and that's 3 different creatures. Now it's just 2 creatures. I think, honestly, that Feldar thing is going to really mess us up. Okay, we have Eat to Extinction, which is actually really nice. Now, I can swap 2 non-basics, but they have to share a type. So, actually, I can't do this. If I could have swapped Arcane Signet for their Feldar thing, that would have been amazing. But, unfortunately, that is not how this works. I think we just swap their lands around. If they were playing Snowlands, I would have swapped this for a Snowland. But, actually, I probably should have gone for the Castle Garenbrig, now that I'm thinking about it, but whatever. I decline it anyway. I don't need to be swapping. Like, I lose mana if I do that this turn, and I need all the mana I can get. So we have access to Kaldring, and whatever I want to cast there, I could always just Priest, and kill their stuff, and then recast Priest. I could do Moret, I don't know. Either way, we're going to cast a Graven Lord, which is going to let us scry 5 and then draw 3, which does not seem bad for 5 mana. We get to kind of fix our next draws. I think we want that Glasspool Mimic so we can get another 8/8, and then I would also like the removal spell. So, yeah, and then we also get a Castle Garenbrig on top of that, which is kind of nice. I think we cast the Glasspool Mimic as a copy of Elder Gargaroth. Ooh, I love that card. The reason, obviously, that card is in here is because it can make a god indestructible, and because Brawl is so heavy on removal, it's really nice to have. It is super duper nice to have an indestructible commander, especially one that wants to attack every turn. So yeah, if you're building a Jorn deck, I really highly recommend the land that makes him indestructible. Now, we get to play Moret, which is going to trigger True Lane. I can make it enter the battlefield as a copy of the Trickster God's Heist if I wanted. And then I'd get to swap around permanents, but I really don't. I'd rather just have another 6/6, but actually an 8/8. And then we can just kind of murder something, I think. I think we get rid of that so that they can't start gaining life, because Gilded Goose essentially says pay 5 life, gain 3 mana once per turn, or 3 life, not 3 mana, or so pay 5 mana, gain 3 life once per turn. Now, at this point, I am going to win just based on the Trickster God's Heist. They lose 3 life at my next upkeep. So unless they can do something about it, which I doubt they can, we just win. So yeah, they look like they're just spinning their wheels. They have, obviously, ways to get things. And so unless they get something extremely lucky here, yeah, looks like we just win. Never mind. Unless they don't see it, which they do see it. Okay. So, yeah, honestly, things do look kind of grim here. They have definitely bounced back from this, but I do have a 6/6 with trample, a 6/6 with trample, and an 8/8 with trample, each which can either gain me 3 life, create a 3/3, or draw a card. So technically, I could like double the amount of creatures I have right now. But I think I have another plan. Is this the best plan? I think the best plan is just to go to combat. And we have instant speed removal, and we have creatures with trample. He is not going to put extra creatures in front of them, probably. And so if we go to combat and we eat to extinction one of the blockers, for instance, what if he blocks with a 3/3, which he probably will, and it's calculating that as part of the damage, then we can very easily just exile one of the creatures, and then trample will kill him. But let's see if he falls for it. And especially now that we have 2 things in removal, he has to block with pretty much everything to be completely safe. Because whatever the 2 biggest things blocking a creature I can remove them, even if it's Nylea. So you'll notice here he keeps blocking exactly 6. No. Ooh, is he going to block extra? Or is he just thinking about it? Okay. So he's going to block... He does. He is blocking extra, actually. But like, for instance, that one isn't enough. I could just exile Nylea. So if he just says, that's it, then I just win, I believe. But he's like really calculating. I think he's calculating if I were to destroy a creature. If I were to kill something, I want to kill that, just in case this turn doesn't end the way I want it to. But I'm thinking, oh, I also have Brazen Borrower. So yeah, I can literally just exile Nylea, which now means that I'm swinging through 4/4. Now, he does get to do this whole reveal a creature thing. It's actually Fabled Passage. So, yeah, I think this is a good game. Let's see. Unless I'm like remembering the rules completely off, but yeah, this should be a good game. And just to make sure, I am going to not do that. Actually, I'll just kill him. Let's see. So did I just win because of trample rules? Because honestly, he had Kinnan out and a ton of mana. He could have very easily just gotten a bunch of stuff on the board if we didn't kill him this turn. So yeah, I think we win. Yep, that is victory. So yeah, that was definitely a very interesting and long game where I got to use both Jorn and Kaldring to win. Either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button, subscribe to see more of Brawl Week. There's only actually one more day left. And if you guys enjoyed, I will see you guys in the next one. I'm like mixing this all up. Either way, you guys should also check out the previous Brawl Week videos. Those have been going up on my channel every day this week. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.